Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Buenos dias, mi gente yo-yo. Welcome to Daily Discipline number 451. My name's Rob Hoback. Happy that you're here. Honored and humbled that you keep coming back like for reals. Hey, it's a football Friday. It's January the 10th. We got big football games this weekend. Can't wait. But it's a work day. I got things to do. I know you do too. So let's get after it. First things first, I'm still the realist. I'm also empathy. I am an empathetic person. When I talk to somebody and I can feel them going through pain, emotional pain, I feel like I can feel it myself. And I spoke to somebody yesterday, a friend that just, because of life, hadn't spoken too much lately. And they're just going through an incredibly difficult time because of somebody else's selfishness. And I can relate to that, as we all can. And yeah, it's just, difficult. So my thoughts and prayers and emotional hugs and all of that go out to you. So my thank yous are that yesterday I mentioned that Sam had a basketball game last night, so I mooched a ride there from one party and mooched a ride back from another party, and of course all the way down and all the way back. I talked about PTI and the bill and fundraisers and all this thing, and you're onto something when you start talking to people and they're like, "Oh my God, you just gave me the chills." I'm like, "Good, I've had the chills for months now. It's time to go," right? So that was awesome, and I'm thankful that I didn't have to drive. I hate driving at night. The basketball game, on the other hand, bad. That is not. That's not a good team. It's I don't want. It's just not well coached. You can tell, and so they turned off the scoreboard at 33-2 at halftime. So not good. Anyway, but then Sam decided he wanted to come home with me, so we stayed home together, and we hadn't been around each other much, and so we watched Sean Taylor, who was one of the best NFL safeties of all time, and watched his highlights. Who died prematurely, was killed over some greedy people, young people. It was a very sad story. But just watching Sam get inspired by watching that guy just inspired me. That was awesome. Very thankful for that. All right, so we're going to wrap up a couple videos here on the representative today, right? So here's what I want to talk about with the representative is that because I was thinking about this yesterday, I know people who have learned things about themselves from their parents when their parents were on their deathbed, right? Meaning that parent that they sent their representative every day until the bitter end, and on the way out said, "Oh, by the way, let me tell you the truth." And in my opinion, that might be the most selfish act I've ever heard, right? Like why you would hold on to something that you're too embarrassed to tell other people until the very end, and then you throw that shit sandwich at them on the way out. Like, ugh, that bothers me. Some people hide their truths forever. They never tell anybody. And when I say the truth, I mean the things that we do or want to do or whatever it is that we hide from everybody else. Like, I can't, if I tell people this, they're going to think of me differently, right? Think of it. Think of before, I don't know what, 20, 30, 40 years ago, how homosexuals were treated, right? That they were better off to stay in a marriage that they hated or to live by themselves, but they could never, ever be who they were. They had to hide their truth. So my point is that as a society, we have groomed ourselves by don't ever tell anybody who you really are unless you have to, which is the worst advice ever, right? We should be ourselves all the time. And the people that we love, they should know who we are, what we're all about. And if there's something that's inside of us, a desire, whatever, that's so awful that we can't bear ourselves to bring other people, man, we got to figure out how to get that out of there, right? Talk therapy, exorcism, whatever it is, right? Because living a lie I can't imagine, right? I can imagine parts of that because there have been things in my life like, oh, I can't tell people this. What will they think of me? Blah, blah. And here's the other part of that is that Normally, in most cases, in our mind, we make up this scenario where that if we tell people the truth, it's going to be just like catastrophically bad. When in reality, most times it's not nearly as bad as what we thought it would be. So, the point of me discussing all of this is number one, we just need to be aware, right? We need to be aware that as humans, we have trained each other to give everybody else the benefit of the doubt, right? And so, because everybody knows that, there are people that choose to use that against us to their advantage, to our disadvantage, and take advantage of our trust for their own selfish agenda. And so, when you figure out that that's what's happened, I mean, you can be upset. It is what it is. But just learn the lesson and don't trust everything that somebody tells you right out of the gate, understanding that you're probably meeting their representative. The second part of that, and this is where I challenge myself, stop taking everybody at face value, right? Make them earn your trust, right? Don't just give it to them. Trust isn't, it should not be given, it should be earned, right? Respect should be given. We should give somebody respect as soon as we meet them. Treat others how you want them to treat you. But if they don't reciprocate, then why would we continue to trust them? Why would we continue to show them respect if they're not going to reciprocate? I was talking to somebody about this the other day. They said, turn the other cheek. I'm like, I'll turn the other cheek. I'll turn my other ass cheek so you can make sure you can kiss my entire ass. Because if you're going to be mean to me, if you're going to be disrespectful to me, if you're going to steal from me, I don't need to do that several times to figure out that you're a piece of shit. Like, as soon as I figure it out, they're like, all right, I'm done with you. I'm moving on. Sorry, get a little fired up there. Anyway, I got to run, right? So that's it for the representative. Just understand, right? Who you meet in the very beginning isn't who that person really is. In most cases, it takes years of engagement for us to really figure out who somebody else is. And it's the same way with us. So if we don't like when people mislead us, let's not mislead other people. All right. With that, I'm done for the day. Hands up. Peace out. We're better together. Appreciate you stopping by on a Football Friday. We'll be back tomorrow on a Savage Saturday. We'll talk about some football games and some other stuff. All right. Have a great day. Love you. Deuces.